Oh, okay. There's going to be a spike in the next 45 minutes and then a crash on the way home.
No, sugar calms me down.
Oh, really? Sugar crash calms me down.
Yeah.
So, quick explanation. I don't know if we did this last time you were attending here, but what we do is a prayer of presence. And the idea of the prayer of presence is just being present before God. So, like, close your eyes, clear your distractions, and just kind of like you're aware of our presence over here, in the same way, just focus on the presence of God here as well. Thoughts will come, random thoughts are going to come, just let them pass by, and try to stay focused on you being here behind your eyes and God being present kind of right here. We do that for a minute, and it just kind of helps your mind be ready for the Spirit to actually interact. So, let's see. Okay, let's give it a minute for the prayer of the presence. Dear Lord, this morning as we get together to connect to your Spirit, talk to us and help us understand the truths that are going to make not just our life better, but they're going to help us find purpose, live it, and make this world a better place. Amen. Cool. All right. So, this is what we'll do to start with. Take your phones out and open your notebook app. I want you to write something down. So, pick a person in the room without looking at them, without telling them that you're picking them. And this is what I would like you to do. I would like you to make a list of 5 things that would describe that person in a year. So, pick that person and describe that future person on Christmas 2024. Yeah, you pick somebody here in the room, and based on what you know about them, based on what you perceive about that person, make 5 things, write down 5 things that you think will be the highlights of that person in a year. You were distracted? Okay, so pick somebody in this room and then write 5 highlights that describe that person a year from now, Christmas 2024. If 5 is too much, at least go with 3. Okay, you guys done? Okay, I got 1, 2. Okay, I got 4. All right. Huh? All right, so as an example of what I had in mind, I picked Josh. So in a year from now, Josh is going to be leaner. He's going to be running his own business. He's going to be putting a serious effort to grow a beard. And he will be taking online presence of 5-Point Life to a whole new level. Now, now, here's the question for you. Does that sound as something that you could see?
They're like building muscle and everything.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Okay, who want to do next? No, I don't want to. I'm just let kind of people volunteer. Sean.
I'm saving it.
See, that's what I say all the time.
Nobody takes it seriously.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
You're
go.
making me dust stuff off my face.
Really? I show Jesus. So, I've been seeing him really work on his career a lot. So I think he's going to be a lot more further in that. He's going to be doing a lot more career goals on that end. He took the first step to coming here. I know you're going to be so much more closer to that. It's going to be so exciting. Which in that means that you're going to be having way more friends. It's closer to family. So many things are going to be challenging, but that's because things are growing. I'm excited for you on that end. Then that leads to you being more happy. I mean, a lot more happier, a lot more open. And then lastly, more free from guilt. I'm excited for you on that end.
How does that sound to you? Is it like wishful thinking, too far-fetched, realistic, too shortcoming?
Well, for my career, for sure, because I basically live at work. So I'm gonna learn regardless if I want to or not.
But the overall picture,
Yeah, because I don't, at one point I learned that I just got complacent with who I was and what I was doing. And being complacent took a lot of things from me. So that's when, like, it was basically a freight train to the face, but that's how you realize that, like, you gotta keep improving in anything and everything. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, like, I'm still, like, a little bit shaking from being here, but, like, anxious, but, I made sure that will probably go away the more I'm here and interact with everybody, because what's it called? I've been trying to keep in touch with, God as much as I can. Well, I haven't been seeing you guys, but I figured this is probably one of the best ways to try and get closer instead of doing it on my own, because I can't do everything by myself. So there's always good to have support.
Right. Thank you.
I'm so excited.
Anybody else wants to share?
I also picked Jesus.
Apparently you're the...
He's in my direct sight.
Like,
I said being a supervisor in your job, because I know you do live at work, or being a lead mechanic,
No,
picking up new skills, being a leader in the church, because I've seen you in the past, how attentive you've been, and being here and seeing you want to follow God and stuff, and seeing it go further as well. And then you being healthy mentally, spiritually, and physically. What we all pray for too. Because there's always imbalances of everything, but we all focus on getting everything on track. That was last year's subject around this time. The physical, spiritual, all that. So it's.
he remembers. I don't. It sounds like...
You just did this. You talked about it. You had a whole series around like December talking about spiritual health and physical health. And
That's very true.
Honestly, honestly, yeah. I barely. I mean, I'm with Milo. I barely remember what cars I worked on yesterday.
Holy moly. Oh. Can I do like tell you guys a story real quick? I made an enchilada. A really beautiful homemade enchilada.
Did you bring it?
3 layers,
Right.
really thick layer of cheese, really thick layer of chicken and onions. Like it was
You make that, that's not coming.
crispy chicken, delicious, saucy. Had it in the oven and it was in there, and then we forgot about it.
Oh!
This morning, I got out of bed like.
Are you serious?
Jen
Are you
was asleep.
serious?
I kissed her good morning. I started getting ready, and then she went, "The enchiladas!" And I'm like, "What?"
Wait,
She's like,
it didn't like there was no, it didn't burn, it didn't or what?
Oh no,
"We
I
had it
didn't.
off.
We turned it
We
off.
cooled it off."
We let it cool down in the oven.
Oh,
And
okay,
that was
you put
it.
it in the fridge.
We
Okay.
did not put it in the fridge.
So our lunch is, we're doing something else.
We're doing something else.
Oh, I still would have ate it.
Yeah, I know. That's what we
No.
talked about.
We were literally looking up online if we can rebake it and see if it was safe enough, and they're like, no, at
No.
that point it's gone. All the articles say it's gone.
Yeah. You can always gamble,
Yeah.
but plan to stay at home.
I was gonna say
It's
I'll
gonna-
risk it.
Nah, I really don't want you to go to the hospital because of salmonella.
It would have been salmonella. It was something else.
Did it develop that fast?
See, that's where I'm at
Overnight.
right now.
No, overnight is enough, yeah, especially for chicken.
It's actually
Well,
even a few hours. You
yeah.
can, if you leave chicken
If
out
it gets
for.
below a certain temperature, the bacteria immediately
It
But
attack.
starts-
if it finished
growing.
cooking and you let it cool down,
It
it
was in the oven
cooled
for a
down.
good 10 hours,
Yeah, it
if
literally.
not more. No,
Yeah.
more than that.
If it's not consumed within an hour, it needs to go into the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially chicken.
Because we,
With chicken, cheese is so.
yeah, I
But-
like cheese.
but-
Sometimes-
Even Dad now learned his lesson. He won't eat chicken that's been out anymore.
And usually chicken, you heat it up only once.
yeah.
If it's not eaten after that,
That's it.
it's yeah.
I
Yeah.
am, yeah. So talking about forgetfulness.
Okay.
Yes.
risking my life this whole time.
All right. Next thing that we're gonna do, I want you to do the same thing, but for yourself. So 3 to 5 highlights of who you will be in a year.
In a year or 2 years?
In a year.
Okay.
Christmas 24.
5 years? Maybe 2 years?
Now try to let me just restate this.
Realistic?
Huh?
Realistic?
Huh?
Realistic expectations?
That's what, not realistic. No. I don't want you to put down wishful thinking stuff, like I'll be a millionaire and stuff like that.
Oh,
Put something that you really see happening in a year.
I can see my feet.
Right?
Fair enough.
This ain't that easy.
Hmm?
At least for me, it's not that easy.
I got 3 again.
I got 3 and I'm stuck. Like,
That's why it's harder to.
I put 6.
woo.
I'm really excited.
I get
Okay, who wants to share?
I can't wait. First off, I want to know what you think I put down.
being debt free.
So the first one is 50% debt free. Actually, it would
At least
be.
it's about debt. I know about that.
Give me a second. It's 75% debt free. So that'd be 75 debt free, which I'm really excited about.
No time funeral next year.
What did you say?
Nothing.
He said that I'm gonna plan her funeral next year.
She's gonna work her butt off
Oh.
to get to the debt free. And she's gonna.
But if it's 1
Make-
year,
Make,
and then
make
a
sure you're
lifetime
debt
of
free.
yes,
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Okay, next one, personal business growth. I'm really excited about seeing it grow so far, and the fact that I'm getting more and more comfortable talking to my clients, getting to plan with them what is okay, what is not okay, how we're going to be figuring out more time with them. So it's really cool. I'm very certain I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Thank you, thank you. 10 pounds is good. I think that's
That's a
very
pound.
doable.
That's a pound a month. That's yeah.
That's a pound a month. Exactly. I mean, it's extremely doable. This one I'm really excited about. Get a passport and dual citizenship for here in Mexico. Yeah.
What about that?
Exactly. Something we both need to be doing. Travel with my friends, and then hopefully with the family. And last one, car camping.
Car camping.
Yeah.
There's carpet.
Car camping.
He's not that excited.
I am.
He's so excited. He's been buying stuff for it already. He's like, I was like, well, we don't
I
have to
can
get this
s-
stuff now. And he's like, no, we could prep now for summer. I was like, oh,
So I can see the frown dropping down a notch.
just a notch.
It's like
There's less lines in the
yeah,
forehead.
I have lines on my forehead.
2 like thick ones. They're like
Like this.
Mariana's Trench.
Like this, like this.
Like I kid you not.
I know those, but on my forehead. This is
No.
not
Yeah,
my
that is
forehead.
your forehead.
Yeah,
What
like
is
this.
that? Like seriously?
Like this.
No, it's still there.
2, 3.
It's still there.
Yeah, you have
Regardless.
like a small
No,
one.
these 2,
Yeah.
you carved them in.
Oh yeah, those are permanent.
Those are there since birth.
Yeah.
You were upset. You're like,
Do you want to see?
no,
Yeah, never mind.
I'll find a picture.
Okay, you'll see it later.
okay.
All right, anybody else?
So, with the dealership that I work with, it's a General Motors dealership, but we work on Buicks and GMCs. And for for technicians, there's different ranks that we can strive to be. And by this time next year, I want to be halfway to the top rank. And top rank is world class.
Oh, okay.
So, I want to be halfway there at least. I've already started taking some classes now, and I just want to go better. And there's no reason for me not to get better. So,
Okay.
I want to be calmer because I mean I look pretty calm right now. I'm very monotone. But driving from Brighton to Littleton has made me really annoyed with everybody. I think you saw.
Road rage.
I think you saw one time where I complained and you were like, "Don't let that get to you." But it's really hard because people are not smart on the road. I'm gonna try and be a better brother and son for my parents and my sisters. I try to be there as much as I can, but I don't feel like I feel like I could do more. Like I do what I can, but there's always room for more that I can do. Cooler boots. And then I want to be able to handle my finances wisely, because most of the time I try to take a lunch to work, but like sometimes I just like don't pack anything and end up spending like 15 bucks in lunch and like 5 in the morning to get a coffee and like a donut or something like that. And then for some reason I feel hungry after work, so I get something else again. That's like 30 bucks in one day. It's just not smart.
That's $1,000 a month.
Exactly. Right now, I don't make enough to be doing
To
that.
be able to
Yeah.
do that, yeah, like,
So I just want to take a hold of that and like either take a notebook and a notepad, do it the old-fashioned way, just write everything down, you know, or get like one of those apps to help me with it. But
oh yeah.
either way, I just want to be better with it because
That's a good
sometimes
plan.
like I have that mentality sometimes of like, if I just got paid or I'll get paid again, and it's not a good mentality to have. So.
No, that's another topic for another time. But there is a difference when you are employer of yourself and when you are employed by somebody else. Just that I'm gonna get paid. I'm fine. You know? And that actually makes a lot of people complacent and like just kind of stuck in their best mediocre selves, you know. And but yeah, I mean, you start looking past that, beyond that, you immediately start seeing yourself halfway to the top rank, you know, because yeah, why not? Yeah, yeah, exactly.
My mentor is almost there. He's got like a class or two, and then he's I can't know. Although it took him 10 years.
Well,
10 years is still better than some people. Some people don't get to their goal until 50.
Yeah, some people don't even take the first step to get there.
yeah.
And because you have a mentor, you might actually get there faster.
Oh yeah, like actually, he's so good. Like he's kind of like Sean, but like looks wise, because he does have gauges too. but
This is awesome.
he's 5'9", 230 and yoked.
So
And
what do you mean?
So
That's what I'll
like the
look like
better
in a
version
year.
of Sean.
yeah.
It's like yeah.
Yeah, what you'll look
Next
like in a
Christmas.
year. But yeah, he's like 36. He's like not that much older than me, so we get along pretty well. And because we get along really well, we just crank out a bunch of work all the time.
Ooh.
Like yesterday it took us 10 hours to yank out a motor and put it away and get it running and everything. So,
That doesn't tell me much, but I guess it takes more than that.
yeah.
More hours than that, usually.
It under warranty it pays 27 hours.
Oh snap! Wow.
So have you ever heard of flat rate? How
Yeah.
Yeah. So he still, like, even though we did it in 10 hours,
You
we
still get a flat
paid
rate
for
of
the
27.
So we just have 17 hours to do more other stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Sean, but wiser. No, but looks wise. How do you look like?
You're almost there.
Oh, he's got
Keep
a
your
beer,
wisdom in your abdominal area.
don't worry, he's got a beer belly, so it's not like he's continuing.
Where's that Capri Sun?
The reason why I wanted us to do this little experiment about analyzing other people and perceiving their kind of potential future and then doing the same thing for ourselves is because one thing that we don't think about as much is the fact that we all change. I mean, you look yourself in the mirror and then occasionally you notice some things, and then especially when you look at other people that you didn't see in a long time, like I didn't see you probably in a year or even more, but you didn't change one bit, like same. I think that was there, wasn't it? No? Okay, I don't,
They're getting platinum.
oh, okay, oh, no, but the beard and everything else, like, you know, we have this sensation of stagnation around us all the time. And it's natural because your mind doesn't want to focus on things that are changing. Because it's not the most efficient way to live a life. Because at the moment you change, you need to exert energy. So your mind is like, let's not exert anything if we don't have to. So we just see these things. Now, but we still change. I mean, whether we like it or not, the change is happening. And who you were last year, pretty much what you just told us about yourself. You changed a lot between the last time you were here and right now. But I'm sure if we kind of delved into a detail of everybody's lives, all of us changed a lot, both in positive and negative way, or just simply changed from who we were. So you kind of look in the mirror and you see the same face, but behind the face, it's something completely different. Every single time you look. And what really changes us is the the experiences that we have every single day. Did you burn yourself? Or is it just that ugly?
It was, I don't know what it is.
Oh, oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't.
You couldn't.
To be honest, I thought you liked it, but I thought you were doing that.
Oh, like the enjoyment.
I heard that noise and I'm like, it's like
Okay, so open your Bibles, find Matthew chapter 14. Now, understanding this segment is going to require a little bit of pre-knowledge, which I assume some of you do have it. So we're going to just start with this. So who would be so kind to read Matthew chapter 14, verses 34 to 36? 34 to 36, yes.
When they had crossed over, they landed at Gennesaret.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And when
Gennesaret.
And when the men of the place recognized Jesus, they sent word to all the surrounding country. People brought all their sick to him and begged him to let the sick just touch the edge of his cloak. And all who touched it were healed.
Thank you very much. So we see here one of the pretty much usual situations in the time when Jesus was around. He shows up, and people hear that he is there, and they're like, "Woo! Everybody, call your aunt, let everybody know that Jesus is here." And they swarm him, they crowd him, and they're asking for healing, for help, and so on. Now, one thing that I want to ask you is, what do you know about the location that they landed and all of this hype happened?
I know this is after they crossed the river,
The lake.
the lake. Is it from Jordan to Gennesaret?
So in order for them to cross, no, they need to cross the Galilee Lake. The Gennesaret was on the opposite side of where, anyways, yeah, they're crossing the lake.
Must have been huge if they were having a huge storm and they almost went under.
Oh yeah, no, the lake is enormous.
Oh,
The
wow.
Galilee Lake is pretty big, yeah.
is it like Michigan?
I'm not sure in comparison, but it's big enough to sink boats.
Okay.
So, anyways, what do you know about this place of Gennesaret?
Ooh. Jesus went there. There was that one person who was had demons inside of him, and then that guy, he was just like, to the demons, to Legion, go to the pigs. The pigs went off the cliff. At first, they were really upset, and then afterwards, when they saw the guy that was totally healed, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we're so excited about this guy! Get everyone!" Because if they can heal that man, they can heal anybody. They can heal
Okay,
anybody.
so this is not the first time Jesus is in Gennesaret.
Okay.
This is actually the second time he shows up over there. But the first time, he was asked to leave. And pretty much Laura just had like a crash course in the story. But essentially this is what happens. So Jesus goes, he picks up his students, they sit in a boat, they go across. And at that time, they heard about Jesus, but they never saw him in person. So what happens is, their first connection with Jesus was economic collapse. Because Jesus shows up and their whole bread and butter just disappears. Because demons entered the herd of pigs, and pigs, who are actually well known to be good swimmers, all of them drown. Like, you made a face. But, okay, okay, I grew up around pigs. No, yeah, pigs, they never drown. They literally, they're the first.
Not know that either. But then I just kind of remember that there's that Instagram video of pigs swimming, and I'm just like,
Huh.
is it because you're so buoyant?
I don't know why. I mean, all of the animals are capable of swimming, basic handling in the water, but pigs are actually really good at it, and they have more stamina to kind of last longer than other animals. The whole point is when pigs kind of went to the lake and drowned, all of this was staged by these demons, because pretty much the result was, yeah, Jesus did cast the demons out of this man that everybody was afraid of because he was living amongst the graves and he was chasing everybody, throwing rocks and so on. Yeah, that's awesome. But you completely destroyed us. So their idea was, you know what, just leave. Like, you really screwed things up. Like, we don't need any more of you around here and any more of whatever you have to give, just give it to somebody else. You kind of made enough of a mess for yourself. Now, over here, they obviously changed their mind drastically without seeing Jesus in between at all. And the key was this formerly demon-possessed man who everybody was afraid of. Now, this is the cool thing. So how does the first story end? So people come and say, Jesus, just leave. Just leave us alone. We don't want you around here. And he's not going to force himself onto anybody. They get on the boat, and this man comes to Jesus. And he's like, can I please go with you? Like, this is awesome. This is amazing. Like I have my life back. Can I go with you? And he's like, no. I want you to stay here. Your family, your friends, everybody knows you here. I want you to stay here. And just tell everybody what God did for you. So, a change occurred in this man. And I'm not sure, like, I didn't do that part of the study, but there is, like, some guys calculated how much time passed, but definitely a couple of months passed before Jesus gets back to this place again. And apparently, whatever this man did completely turned everybody around. Now, the change was insane. The change was obvious. From a demon-possessed crazy guy living in the graves that everybody is afraid of to somebody who convinced literally the whole vicinity, you made a mistake for asking Jesus to leave. So once Jesus showed up, they were ready. Bam. Now, question about that vision of yourself in a year that you have. The question is not whether this is going to happen or not. I believe that you guys are going to work hard to make it happen the way you see yourself in a year. And the question is not even whether you're asking God to be on your side or not. This is the question that I have for you, looking at your list. Who made you make that list? No, I asked you to write down the things that are on your mind. But who got you to come up with the things that you wrote down? Excuse me? So you give a credit to yourself. Okay. How about the rest of you?
I give credit to my finances to push me. Seeing where I'm at and seeing that I don't want to be at this place next year.
Okay. So we're talking about your financial status that also implies your what else? Your social activities, your
The freedom to go wherever, whenever,
okay.
and understand that both of us will be okay.
Okay.
My goal is to take him to Japan.
Take him where?
Take him to Japan.
Oh yeah. But you have how much? 3 more years?
I have 3 years.
Lucky
Okay.
charm.
What?
2.5. The 3 years. We'll do.
Yeah, just take it. Yeah. Now, look at this. When I ask you who made you make this list, you said your finances and pretty much the things that you want to do in the future. uh, the list that you made represents values. So the things that you put on that list, they're just description. They're no description. They're incarnation of the things that you value. Think about the things that you put on the list. They just define a better life that you want to have in a year. Not define, sorry. They describe a better life that you want to have in a year, but behind them, there are values that drove you to put those things on the list. Like, what did I put? Okay, one of the things that I put, like going the same direction, I'm going to be leaner, because I really need to lose this. But the value behind that for me is I want to be healthier. Like, health is my value. And I'm coming of age where I have to pay double attention to it than a decade ago. Like, literally. If I get to the point, if I breathe in some of these pastries, I'm going to gain like half a pound. Like, and it's one of the things that is just to an extent natural to my age, but also natural to my lifestyle. So the value behind it, I want to feel better. The step to it is improving my health. The result is going to be in a year, I'm going to be leaner. So that is what my list reveals. Next thing that I put on a list is I'm going to have my own fully grown church here. Again, what does that represent? It represents my need to be fulfilled and accomplished. Who am I? I am a pastor. What do? I help people find a better way to their spiritual fulfillment, connection to God, and a better life. That's how I see myself. And a fully grown church over here is a reflection of that. But what is the value behind it? What is the value behind I am a pastor? The real value for me is the essence of me is doing good, making this world a better place. So that is my value that is being reflected in my desire to help people and presented in a full-blown church that is doing exactly that. So that's how I want you to look at your list right now and read through it. What are the actual values behind that? So I only heard Laura and I heard Jesus sharing. I didn't hear two of you guys sharing. I didn't hear Josh. I'm pretty sure he didn't even make a list. Never mind. Yeah. Okay, what?
Like, just that basis. I would be like, because before I was like, a realistic kind of thing, like, because I was like super ripped and everything, but getting back to working out, like, the value behind it, I think, obviously getting healthy, taking care of myself, because I'm getting to,
You're coming closer to where I am.
I'm getting closer to it. I will never be as close as you are. But I'm getting there. But I'm like, lately my arm has been feeling better. I've had more energy. I'm more willing to do things. So having that aspect, but then also spending time for.
So what is the value? What is the value?
Health. More so health. Like being around a lot longer.
Okay. Okay.
Extending my.
Okay.
My,
longevity
my
or whatever. Okay. So again, it's not about health is a reflection of it, but the actual value behind is longevity. Being around here longer. Why? You have a younger wife, so you want to make sure that. He has plans. Okay, this is a conversation we're going to continue like 3-4 decades or so. But again, that is the value. And the value is, at least how I see it, how I understand longevity. No, I want to be around. I really want to be present. I want to live my life more and longer and deeper. Okay, what about being halfway to the Top Gun?
Let's just try to be realistic, because I won't get there within a year. takes a lot of prep time.
But what is behind it? What drives you? Why?
Bigger paycheck.
Is it just the paycheck?
90%.
Okay,
I can't really think of any reason why.
Okay.
What is it, like the knowledge behind it, maybe?
I guess there might be
Title?
Yeah, I guess there might be like a hint of like status or like no, actually more than anything, it's like showing myself that like I'm the top dog, you know? Like no, like what's it called?
Fulfillment?
Like, yeah, because like being an immigrant and having like crossing the border at like 7, like that's like most people forget about like childhood memories and stuff like that. That's like deep in my head. Like that's something I'm not gonna forget. And like the fact that I did that and like being here undocumented just puts every freaking wall in front of me. And, like getting to world class or like even being halfway to it is like showing that like showing me like my mom, my dad, like telling them that like I'm grateful that you guys brought me here, but this is me putting in the work to show you guys that to like basically give up things back.
Okay. So what is the value behind it?
The value of having that title?
Yeah, so pretty much you have a reflection of literally like fulfillment, self-fulfillment and achievement. But what is the value that drives you to, why is that valuable to you? Why is it valuable to you to show to your parents what you just described?
I don't really know. I can't really describe why it's valuable. At this point, it's just like a need, like a want.
Okay.
A need. Look, it might be a want, but it feels like a need.
Okay.
To get there.
No. If you feel it is a need, it is a need. It. To me, the value sounds like I'm strong enough to do it on my own.
That sounds about right.
Okay. Now, all of these values are actually what drives us to do things. All of these values, they don't just drive us, they also keep us awake at night. They keep us restless. They are both positive, they can be both positive and negative motivators at the same time. Like sometimes values drive you nuts because you really want to get there and there are numerous things that are setting you back and your value is like you just wish, you know, when I just wish I didn't think this way because it would be so much easier. I have people, so mid-40s realistically is a very well halfway through, if not even past that. I have a lot of friends of my generation that I remember from my childhood. Maybe like a dozen of them I'm in touch with on a regular basis. And some of them really have that attitude of two of them still live with their parents. And not in a sense of that they are taking care of themselves, but they just kind of share like a multi-generational home. Not in that sense, but literally in a sense living in a basement off of their parents' like retirement checks. But here's the thing, like when we laugh about it, we talk about it, and they're like, yeah, I'm fine, it's okay, blah, whatever. But I remember, like, again, being disconnected for such a long period. It's been 2 decades that we live in the United States. So we wish each other's happy birthdays every once in a while. We would chat, you know, what's going on, how is this, how is that, hey, guess who died, and stuff like that. I came to the age where, like, guess who died became like a normal part of a conversation. But this is the thing. I remember them from, like, high school. And like, dude, I remember you when you had dreams about achieving this and doing that and creating that. And what's happening? Like, why are you still where you are? here is what people do. There are two choices that you can make. Like this man over here. Like, yeah, he wanted to go with Jesus. Jesus told him, no, no, I want you to stay here so everybody can see the works of God. Now, this man could have gone his own way. Like, okay, yeah, Jesus doesn't need me here. He could have gone his own way to make his life elsewhere. You know, he had a bad rep in that place. Like nobody, I bet people were still afraid of him for like 2 months in. Well, they were more afraid of him seeing him in normal clothes trying to apply for a job than when they were afraid of him, like, are you going to go crazy on us again? You know, or what's going on? You know? But he still chooses the value that Jesus gave to him to stick to it. A lot of times, what we allow ourselves to do is, instead of sticking to these values, we let them go. Like these friends of mine. They had values, but it was easier to let them go than put an effort to actually achieve things. And as miserable as they seem in their parents' basement, they made it actually very comfortable. Now, what I want you guys to give it a thought. Are there any values that you dropped because they were way too high up there to reach? Think of it. Laura is nodding her head. Think of it. Are there any values that you just realize, I'll just... Like, here's an example, like what Sean pulled up. So a decade ago, I had this idea of being ripped. Like, that was just like the American thing. And then we have some of the photos from like campings where I was really trying, where I had like the pecs and the biceps and the six-pack. And that's more than 10 years ago. It's definitely more than 10 years ago. But I remember so we were posting this on Facebook, and one of the guys from the seminary, he's like, why do everybody who goes to the United States, why do all of you have to look like Stallone, you know? That was like, you know, what? And I'm looking at the photo like, yeah, okay. But I was still skinny, you know? I was still skinny, like I wanted to go higher up there. And now, the years are passing by, and I'm busy with other stuff, and metabolism is slowing down, and getting rid of the 12-pack back to the 6-pack is getting harder. So instead of sticking to this value on keeping myself athletic and lean, I'm like, I don't have to be ripped, you know. I remember that for my like later 30s, I had this click where like, screw the 6-pack. You know, I'm going to just try to stay fit. And that's when I hopped on cycling. And cycling actually kept me going. Like when we did that like 100-mile ride before COVID, that was the highlight. Because that was at my lowest that I was. I was like at mid 180s. And but no, there was no more like bulky. Like it was really lean, and I felt good about it. But it's kind of crazy. Like there was in back of my head, I really wanted to be ripped. But I dropped the value because it was too much of a hassle, and I like tacos. So.
Even when I was in my best shape, I've never seen a 6-pack.
Seriously?
Yeah. I said like the baby fat.
Okay.
I couldn't get rid of it. And I lived in the gym. I was in the gym 6 days. I'll just turn into a tree stump. I could get to that.
Well, it was like a good timing for me at the time, because that was the time when Jasmina was diagnosed with arthritis. And she didn't want to go on the medications, so we found another homeopathic doctor, and he gave her a regimen for like 6 months of complete dietary and activity change. And that was like insanely radical. That was like ketogenic diet on steroids. Like it was brutal. Long story short, 2 years down the road, her arthritis was gone. It was amazing. but I was accompanying her. This was demanding. Because before that, Nutella with a spoonful was like a standard. And pretty much when she changed her regimen of diet, the Nutella was out of the question. Like there was, and so on. I think that helped in that sense, where I really, after we kind of went back to a moderate diet from there. He's in mid-20s. He can eat whatever. He's going to eat that newspaper, and he's not going to kind of gain any carbs from it. I guess. Huh? Oh, for leftovers. Now, think of your values because we know them. We know the values that we dropped on because either it was too hard or somebody told you you can't. You can't, you know. I was told back in Sacramento that, you know what, English is your second language. You will be an okay pastor, but let other people preach. Yeah, that was the attitude. Okay, back then, when we barely moved to the States, I had like a really heavy-duty accent, and again, huh? I'm working hard on my accent. I still can't roll R.
Sound like a Texan.
Sound like a Texan.
Talking like a Texan.
No, it's much easier for me if I start simulating the Boston accent. Boston accent. They have that R, whatever, yeah. But again, maybe you were told that you're not good enough. Maybe you're told that you will never reach that, and you just dropped on it. You know, when you ask a kid, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut. You will never be an astronaut. And you maybe just killed an astronaut by saying that. So I want you to think right now and remember one value that you dropped because whatever reason. Now, you don't need to share. And I want this to be like a personal thing. We read in the Bible this. So, Jesus tells this man, first he frees him from the burden, from the demonic presence, from the whatever burden was. And then he tells him, now, what God did for you, I want you to go out there and live it. Take your notepads again. I want you to think of this one value that you just picked and write down 5 things that you can do to achieve this value in the next year, in a span of a year. Until Christmas 2024, what can you do to make this value that you dropped on your reality? 5 things. 5 things that you can do.
I'm thinking of not doing anything.
Huh?
So the value I'm thinking of.
What?
Well, there's 2 things I was thinking of. But it was something I dropped in the past and then picked back up later. And I achieved it.
Then take the second one.
No, because that one's dropped a long time ago because of another reason.
You're
What I was thinking of, I was holding on
Uh-huh.
to it. I was like, yeah, that's unachievable. I gotta think of something.
No. Okay, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, no.
But is it unachievable because of physical limitations and so on? Okay, all right. No, don't think about regrets. I'm not talking about regrets. So like, I wish I spent more time with my parents where they were, you know,
I'm thinking of,
or I
I'm
wish.
thinking of more of like life values of what I wanted in the past
Uh-huh.
and what I dropped.
Okay, find something else.
I'm trying to.
So 5 things that you can practice in the span of this coming year that will make this happen. Huh? Come on, no. Minimum 3. Minimum 3. But I really want 5 on this one. Okay, Jesus, you done? Excellent. Laura?
I don't even have one. It's something that's achievable within a year. All the things that I want to achieve will take 10 years.
No, I'm talking about the value that you dropped.
Value that I dropped.
Will you listen to me?
I just don't understand what, like, value.
That's what the value I was thinking of is.
I was thinking, okay, but I still don't understand value.
Okay, let's explain. Let's try again.
Is
So,
it like morally, like I wish I was nicer?
is that something? No. So, let's try to use a different terminology. So, there was something in the past that you really wanted to achieve. And then you dropped on it because it was, for whatever reason, too hard, too demanding. Somebody discouraged you or anything like that.
Maybe one example. It's not the one that you use, but
Please,
like I used to really want to learn how to play piano, and I have a keyboard still,
uh-huh.
but I just never got into it. I never like touched down on it. So like it could be something that you wanted, or I guess something that you wanted to do, but like you just dropped there for one reason or another.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot more simple. I was thinking a lot grander. I was like, oh, but time in a year? What? Okay.
Come on, Petito, one more.
No, that's all I got. I only got 3.
You got 3? Okay, that's minimum. Huh? Did you write anything down? Write it down. Yes. Now.
I've learned how to say no to things. Something more realistic.
Hey, you want a challenge? Let's see who's going to get faster to a 6-pack.
I'm not gonna get a 6-pack. Didn't we have this race before?
No,
Some sort? We did.
we didn't have like lose weight or something.
Lose weight.
Yeah.
or something.
How about a 6-pack?
I'm never gonna see a 6-pack.
Why not? Huh? That is exactly.
Who have the stronger 6-pack? Probably me. I used to have a stronger 6-pack than people with 6-packs.
Attitude.
I have a good.
No, you don't. Your attitude was, I can't do this.
I'll never see it because I tried to achieve it many, many times and I never saw it.
Okay, make a list of the things that you can do to see it.
Don't listen to me, Lo.
Huh?
I can see it deep down. I know it's there. It's like believing in God.
No, but here's but here's the thing. Here's what's happening with Sean. Value of a 6-pack is not worth the trouble.
No. I have a strong core. I've had a very strong core.
Okay, as a PTA, you have to have it,
I
yeah.
never want to be that thin to that point. I like a little bit of fluff around.
No, but you wanted to have a 6-pack.
Huh?
You wanted to have a 6-pack.
I was joking. I never really wanted a 6-pack.
What did you want?
Just to be like a tree stump.
That's right.
Like big legs, big shoulders, everything. That's my. I can achieve that.
Are you trying to go in the door sideways?
Yeah.
My family always had like big legs and big shoulders.
Okay, so is that something, is that a value that is worth pursuing?
Yeah.
How far are you from achieving it?
I gotta get my butt to the gym, and it'll take me a few months.
Okay, make a list of things that you can do.
Get my butt to the gym. Continuously go.
Now, okay, now here's the question about the list that you made. Are you willing to commit to the list that you made? That was literally like 3 out of 10. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to. Okay, why not?
Well, it's like kind of like what Sean said. Like I dropped this powder like really long, not like a really long time ago, but like a while ago. So it's kind of like I have to push myself to regardless of how I feel, to do it.
Okay? So is it worth the hassle?
To be honest, I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, my school my value was school because I never found like a passion that I feel was like I want to do this. Like I have never found it.
Okay?
So from then till now, still haven't found it. No idea what it is. I don't have like I don't get excited for something. I don't see it like a lifelong thing. Like I
Mm-hmm.
haven't found that. So what I put was to find my passion. Hopefully find it next year. To be diligent with my finances, to even have the money to even want to go to like a community college to start, and then the third one was to not be lazy.
No.
To not be lazy.
Oh, don't be lazy. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like first I have to even find out what it is that I'm passionate about.
Somebody knocking?
Knocking on the window, I ain't doing it.
Huh?
Probably the mailman. The mailman usually.
No, there's three
No,
people
there's
standing.
3 people over there.
I ain't opening the door.
It's not Philip.
They're
No.
old people.
Hmm?
Should we open it?
You can ask them.
You can ask them what's going on. You don't have to let them in.
Yeah.
I just looked, and then I turned my head.
They're probably like,
Yeah, like.
Okay, so I finally found a few.
Okay, excellent. Now,
Um,
oh, you want to share? Please.
I do actually. So cello, my hindrance is that I need to get it fixed because the neck of the cello is completely broken, and
Oh, yeah.
the thing that's keeping me from it is TV. Second is lose weight because I value behind that is health. Third is literally any hobbies, and TV is a thing that is TV phone is a thing that is hindering me from that. Eating healthy, just because eating healthy makes me feel good. That
Is-
could go.
Huh?
oh,
Oh, seriously? Oh, okay. Interesting.
I want to
All right.
dress better because that idea of dress better, feel better is a very beautiful thing and something that we learned in the last few weeks too
Mm-hmm.
from Ecclesiastics. And then education, and the thing that's been hindering me, fashion. I just have bad sense of fashion. I'm trying to work on it. And education, finances are the thing that's hindering me. Being told in the past that I wasn't smart enough to do it, and not having the time to be able to dedicate to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, from 1 to 10, to what extent are you willing to commit to that list?
Fashion seems pretty easy. I lost my list.
finances.
Finances, so yeah, things are like hobbies is something that I really want to do, and I'm trying to do more in like putting my phone and be like, I'm gonna spend 1 hour a day on my phone and 1 hour a day on the TV, and so that's 2 hours. It's an excessive amount of already doing like something on the screen, but it's a lot less than I was doing before, which then forces me to do the things that I want to do, which is
Right.
actually get things done in the house done, which is fantastic. So I've been working on doing less social media situations. Second from that, fashion is just basically something that I need to put some effort into. I think I would say about a 6 out of 10 is
Okay.
gonna ultimately be my Never.
All right, so at least one thing that we can learn from the story is this. Like, this guy obviously put way more than that. Why am I bringing all of this stuff? I really want to challenge you to see the next year as something. This is what's going to happen. Next year is coming whether you like it or not. Change in your lives is coming whether you like it or not. Now, the amount of commitment that you have to a list you make is going to actually have the amount of direction that's going to happen when you start changing. Because if you don't control the change, somebody else will, or something else will. Whether it's the society, whether it's your role models, whether it's your family, whoever it is, whatever it is, change is happening and you can't avoid it. But you can control it. You can take charge of it, or at least you can direct the way that you are changing. Otherwise, you're kind of, oh.
I'm Joy Posner.
Nice to meet you, Joy.
And I just have friends. We were driving through the neighborhood and I said, oh, maybe we could look at the outside.
Oh,
Thank you for letting us.
yeah, sure.
No, not at all.
We are FivePoints Life. We are a small church startup, and we're working on getting the community to know that there is a better life that everybody is available to. Nice meeting you, Joy. Essentially, whatever you put on your list is going to define, actually no, whatever commitment you have to your list is going to define in what direction you're going to evolve. Like, for example, your fashion choices are going to be, they could be shaped completely and solely by your imagination, or they could be shaped by the Instagram threads that you follow, you know? Mm-hmm. No, but that's the thing. Like, somebody is always trying to control the way we grow and the way we change. Because here's the thing: if the society has the power to tell you this is the way you should dress, and they do, then you will look in the mirror and say, "Okay, I got to change my clothes. I'm going to go shopping." You know, like one of Jasmina's rebellious acts against this is getting her own sewing machine, and she's actually learning to make her own clothes. One thing, it's insanely cheaper having quality clothes that you make by yourself, but there is a learning curve there, and that is her hobby. And okay, it's been on and off, she's busy with other stuff, but she has her setup, and in the evening usually she kind of takes her time, and that's her thing, you know? But you brought up fashion, so that was kind of in my mind. But whatever you guys have on your list, the amount, if your commitment is 4 out of 10 to whatever is on your list, then you know that 6 out of that 10 is going to be pushed by somebody else. You know? And very often we turn into people we really don't like because the change is happening and you're just not committed to doing it the right way. You know? So I'm really challenging you. This coming year is going to be a year of change, for sure. And we want it to be a year of change. But I'm really challenging you to think of your values and to think of your list and to think of the commitment that you're putting in. Because what happened here is a societal change that one man made because he was fully committed to actually presenting what God did for him. Now, we as a group should do the same in this neighborhood. I really believe that. But it doesn't start here as a group. It starts in your private, personal space where you commit to your change and you change in the direction that you want to change, not the way you're told you should change. That's my challenge for you. Think about who you want to become and then really evaluate. Is this me or this is a reflection of the society, as expectations of who am I supposed to be, or my parents' expectations, or my job expectations, or whatever it is. And then shape who you are. Any questions? Excellent. Then that would be my final words. And it's noon, it's time for us to finish anyways. So who would like to be so nice to close with a prayer?
I'll do it.
Morale.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for allowing us to be here safely. Heavenly Father, we put all our plans, all of the things that we have once let go in your hands. Lord Heavenly Father, I am so grateful that you are in the future, that you are in our present, that you are in our past. Heavenly Father, please guide us. Please allow us to listen to you, to hear your voice, knowing very well that the choices that you have, the plans that you have are for our good. And a lot of the times it's not going to look exactly what we want it to look like, but that's where our faith comes in. Please strengthen our faith and please allow us to walk in the narrow path. Please be with us today, and may we think about you and your word today and every day. I ask this in your name and in your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
You're teaching